the nurse still pumping on his chest. A sea of pink jumps into action. The initial assessment shows TJ's temperature is only 84 degrees. We have to warm TJ up to see if he has vital signs or brain function. Dr. Scanlon confers with his team and orders ECMO, extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. Simply put, we take TJ's cold blood out, warm it in the machine, and put it back into his body. This is not unheard of for hypothermia, but to do this during CPR is rare and bold. But it's TJ's only chance of survival. For the next 90 minutes, we continue compressions while the ECMO team warms TJ from the inside out. Finally, he registers 88 degrees. We shock his heart again, and it beats into rhythm. TJ is alive, but still very sick. Scans reveal a dissection of the aorta below the kidney, a spinal column injury, and a collapsed left lung. TJ also has compartment syndrome, so Dr. Scanlon takes him urgently to the OR for decompression of his legs and abdomen. He leaves the cavities open, knowing TJ will require many more trips to the OR. After surgery, TJ is moved into room 15 in the lung rescue unit. This is where we will manage his ECMO and kidney dialysis. So far, TJ shows no movement below his waist. Later that morning, his mom and sisters arrive from Boston. TJ is already able to squeeze their hands. It doesn't take long for them to realize that TJ is in the best hospital in the world. From that moment on, Deb Scanlon rarely leaves shock trauma. His sisters spend 3 days a week working in Boston and 4 days in Baltimore, beginning and ending each day in the chapel. TJ has a very long way to go. He endures 29 surgeries, including a spinal fusion, the amputation of his left leg, and the loss of 3 fingers. He battles fever and infections, but he never loses his fighting spirit. On April 1st, TJ requests a family meeting with the team. It's as if the engineer has reawakened, and TJ wants to know what equipment he has to work with. TJ asks if he will ever walk again. The answer devastates his mom, but TJ takes the news in stride. He's grateful to be alive.
Shock trauma online information only. Go ahead.
He was effectively dead for 90 minutes. This is a case like I have never seen before. This man was brought back from the dead.
We weren't sure of what his physical function was. We weren't sure of what his mental function was at that point.
He was hypoxic, he was hypothermic, he looked very cold, kind of grayish, particularly the lower extremities seemed to turn gray first. He wasn't moving, he appeared to be pretty much lifeless on arrival.
It's above and beyond what happens anywhere else. ECMO at 2 in the morning to warm this kid? That doesn't happen anywhere else.
So it's difficult to assess, but we knew that he had some severe spinal cord injury, and that what the purpose of the surgery was really to stabilize the spine, to make the respiration better, and give his spinal cord enough room to try to recover. There are certain things we look for in the improvement of a patient, and TJ hit all those marks within that first week. His heart got better, his lungs got better, his brain got better. Everything was starting to get better.
You know, being that he was a young, active guy, and then this traumatic accident happens, his whole world just got flipped over. So dealing and adjusting to all these changes and new things is tremendous.
So they just said, do whatever you can to stimulate him, decorate the room, put pictures up on the ceiling, whatever you can do to make it easier for him. So that's what we did for 9 weeks.
That family is unbelievable. These people were at the bedside almost continuous. Unbelievable. Now, they did have that irritating Boston accent, but they were there all the time.
This guy always had a smile on his face. I mean, through the thick and thin, through his sickest days, through his healthiest days. I would walk in a room if I'm having a bad day, and he would make me feel better. That's the type of person this guy is.
It was a great moment when we got TJ sitting on the edge of the bed for the first time, and his mom came walking in and started crying, and she was just so excited.
He was always willing to push himself, always willing to work and try his best in order to basically jumpstart his recovery and begin to strengthen and work towards a new level of function for him.
One great quote someone told me once was, "Doesn't have to be worse, it's just different." I think it's true. So it doesn't have to be any worse, it's just different. Just a different normal.
Even though TJ has a long way to go, he accepts his new normal. Doug's life will change too, presuming we can get him through the next phase of his recovery.